Good afternoon, guys. So I'm back with another scripture comparison. Today, as usual, I got the scripture underlined, the version or translation highlighted in pink, and then blue is the word difference. I want to read these, but just to clarify again and repeat, the highlighting is not always perfect. I'm gonna need to buy like a package of new highlighters with more colors because I'm running out of yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna do Jeremiah 10:8. At the top there I've got the one and only translation or version that I read, which is KJV. I mean that I read anyway. I read these other ones just to compare. So again, underline Jeremiah 10:8. I think I said 18. I meant 10:8. I'm sorry. KJV says, "But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities." Now, again, I'm also going to repeat myself on saying that if you need like a reading for today, I suggest reading all of the entire chapter of chapter 10, and maybe even 11, 10 and 11. It's good to know what's only just reading one scripture is not always the best as to understanding as to what's going on around it. And so okay, let me continue. So now I've got underlined there Jeremiah 10:8 for the King James, New King James Version. So it says, "But they are altogether dull-hearted and foolish. A wooden idol is a worthless doctrine." So there I could have highlighted vanities and doctrine. I mean, it's all like with the end there, like you get the gist is what I'm trying to say. So, and I also, as usual, I have the definitions of these words. So, brutish is irrational, insensible, unreasonable, even stupid. Dull-hearted is lack of sensibility, being lazy or slothful. It can also refer to a state of complacency, self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers. It I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that word. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time pronouncing that word. Deficiencies, dangers or deficiencies. There you go, deficiencies. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go back to here. So I got the brutish and the dull-hearted. Similar enough, I guess. And then, of course, I'm going to just repeat the second half here. So the King James Version, it says the stock is a doctrine of vanities. And the New King James Version says a wooden idol is a worthless doctrine. So here how I see it is, so the King James Version doesn't say anything about a wooden idol. It just says that they're brutish, foolish, and the stock is a doctrine of vanities, which of vanities, again, we'll go back over here. Oh, so I'm sorry, I didn't read the definition of vanity yet. Here, vanity is emptiness, idolatry, wickedness, falseness, the quality of being futile or worthless, pointless. So vanity and brutish are what's in the King James, and then the dull-hearted adding a wooden idol, which again, if you do these two definitions, it's already with these two words saying pretty much the same thing here. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, it's not saying the same thing here. I'm saying dull-hearted is not saying the same thing. See, I'm getting myself confused, I'm sorry. So vanity says in the definition, it's idolatry, okay? Which is the word they use in the King James Version. Now, instead of using the word vanity, which includes idolatry, which would be considered what a wooden idol is, they just say wooden idol, which is very specific to one thing, rather than when vanities are several different things. Vanities are emptiness, idolatry, any form of wickedness, falseness, the quality of being futile, worthless, pointless. So that's kind of how I feel about them changing the words in this scripture. It's worthless, pointless. They're trying to make it sound like what the word is saying is a wooden idol is worthless, which it is. But that's not what it originally is saying. It's saying that stock is altogether worthless, not just the wooden idol. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. So we'll continue. I did one more. That's why I had the Bible here. So I did the Amplified Version. Yay! More confusion. Although it's really not. This is what makes me giggle. Again, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm laughing because I think it's ridiculous. So, the Amplified Bible, Jeremiah 10:8 says, "But they are altogether irrational and stupid, and the foolish in their discipline of delusion. Their idol is," and then for some reason these squared off parentheses, which I still have yet to get online and figure out what the difference between the squared off ones and the regular ones are. What the difference is, I have no idea. So their idol is only wood. And then in these weird parentheses again, it is ridiculous, empty, and worthless. So, cut out even just the New King James Version. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter either way you look at it. So we're going to go back over here. And a doctrine, I don't think I read this one out loud. The definition of doctrine, is the basic meaning of the term doctrines. Doctrine is teaching. So the basic meaning of the term doctrine is teaching, or the attempt to state in intellectually responsible terms the message of the gospel and the content of faith it elicits, like the principle, position, or policy taught or advocated by a religion or government. So, oh dear. I don't know, like if you look at this scripture, it literally writes out, it speaks out the definitions of these words, of brutish, foolish, and vanity. They actually state the definitions instead of using the actual word. So it's, again, if we look at this, so the brutish is what again? It's insensible, unreasonable, irrational, even stupid. King James says brutish. That's what the definition of brutish literally is. So if you go here, the Amplified Bible, instead of using the word brutish, which gives you the definition of all of these things right here, being irrational and stupid, they change the word brutish and actually put the definition of brutish, what brutish is. It's so ridiculous. Right here, they say it in their scripture itself. It's ridiculous, empty, and worthless that they are doing this. So, I don't know, again, I think I've said this in another video where I feel like it's almost like they're trying to make themselves feel more, I mean, if we looked up the definition of amplified, trying to make themselves feel more intellectual, smarter, more sophisticated, really. But again, I find it to be very ridiculous. So, again, and then vanities. So, the New King James Version uses the word brutish, which is literally, the definition is irrational and stupid. And then brutish. Did I say brutish or vanities? Whichever. Now I'll go to vanities, which the definition of vanities: emptiness, idolatry, wickedness, falseness, the quality of being futile or worthless or pointless. It is ridiculous, empty, and worthless. I mean, it's so stupid. It's somewhat humorous. Yeah. So that's the one I got for today. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys are having a blessed day.